Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Thursday, December the 2nd. The year is 2021. Let's talk trading, keeping it simple. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Keeping it simple. Yesterday, I think I talked about a exit strategy that I came up with while talking with Walmart, and it paid off pretty nicely for me. Let's see. Oh, that I guess that was on the a different profile. I had that set up. Well, today I just kind of want to talk about some trading rules and your trading plan. In fact, yesterday I wrote down three things on a little sheet of paper, like a 3x5 card. And first thing says M30 candle color. So what that means to me is that I have to make sure I trade with the M30 candle color. So for example, looking at this chart, when this M30 opened a few minutes ago, it went up. So if anything, I'd have to go long. Now it turned around and came the other way. I'd want to go short. But there's one thing about it. In fact, let me just do something for you here. The buttons indicator, if you want to see the candle color, you can hit true. And then it'll show you the candle color for the time, for all the time frames for whichever chart you're looking at. And here we're on the monthly, so you can see that the monthly is reversed. And then for all the pairs for the month, you can see what price is doing. So you can see right here that the month on the pound, it's now green. But I was talking about M30. And as you can see here, price is now coming back down. It actually touched the 25 psychological and is now breaking out of this 90-minute range right here. You see it broke out to the upside last hour, and then now it's breaking out to the downside here. So the first rule is trade with the M30 candle color. Now, those who've known me for a decade or so know that my rule of thumb was only trade with, don't trade against H1. But I've slightly modified that because of something I've noticed with the pound. And that is, let's see. You see, this is the 10 o'clock candle. This is a 10:30 candle. Notice which way it went. I've noticed that the pound likes to flip like that sometimes. So here, there's the 9 o'clock. There's the 9:30. So I look for those flips now, or flip-flops. It changes the candle color, because Walmart, one of the things he was doing is he would wait for the bottom of the hour to start trading reversals on the pound. And what you look at also is the range, how far it's ranged for the hour, because we have the smart ranges indicator on our charts, and we know, okay, statistically it needs to go further sometimes. So, or we know, okay, it's run its course, now we can look for reversals. And the second thing I wrote on my chart, let's see, right here, the higher low, lower high dots, was that they have to be horizontal. before I take a trade, because what I found out was, say for example, this is a perfect example right here. Price came down and the 3 ball was probably sitting at this candle right here. And then all of a sudden you got this trade that went up, but this dot had moved up. So to me, that's not horizontal. So I have to sit on my hands. But you see what happened with the next dot. Now it's horizontal. And the drawdown wasn't as severe. And then right here, it moved up. And one thing I think I may have mentioned before about these, price likes to come back down and touch that dot. And what I realized was, and when you have the lowest high put in, and then price moves up, what this did was it created an imbalance. And we talked about that earlier in the year, about imbalances. And so what did price come back do? It came back down, took out that imbalance, and went right back up. And so then when those imbalances are created, this is what happens. So then price came back down here, filled all those orders, and then rocketed. And you can see this price action happens repeatedly. So once again, there was an imbalance between here and here. Price went up, but price came back down, filled that imbalance. It took it a while, but then it came right back up. And so that's just from observation, but not taking that trade, that first trade here, really has I've refined that. So you can see here the same thing happened. Price was down, it hit the dot, but it wasn't horizontal. But you can see here it hit the dot. You still had a drawdown of about 3 pips, turned around, you could have added on, and then the rest was history. So once again, this is trading. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And here once again, here's another first dot. It's like, nope, wait for the horizontal one. And here, there was no look back. Now, with my the exit strategy, the simple exit strategy is that this candle closed, and this candle opened, went up. So when this candle closes, you can ratchet your stop up to here. And then when this candle closed, you ratchet your stop up to this open. And it would have taken you out, and you would have given back maybe a pip or so, but that still would have been a nice 2 pip, maybe 3 pip trade there. Or maybe a little bit more, maybe 4 pips. But as you can see, price is reversed, so the open was at 18.1. Yeah, so that would have been a nice 4 pip trade. But once again, it's a very simple exit pattern. It's not optimal, but if you're sitting there trading and you're following rules, having those simple rules, you should do okay. And the only other thing that I put on my 3 rules is look at the map or near. Now, let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah, the price near indicator is here. And one thing I did dumb yesterday, price had dropped below the daily open, and then I went long within the zone because I didn't have either the near, I didn't switch over to the chart. I didn't have the near or the horizontal line for the open. And I guess I didn't even look up here or look over at my close minus open to see where's price in relation, to the larger opens or the previous lows, because that's where the breakouts occur. So sometimes I might need reminders because I've been working on some new things here. and trading at the same time, which sometimes isn't conducive. So, in fact, I've updated TRO plot again. I'll have to put that indicator, the updates, because one trader wanted the lines to only go back to where they were plotted, just like HL5. So once again, if you have a trading system and if it has, say, more than 5 rules, um, you you might want to rethink your method unless you're making money. And as I always tell people, if you're making money, don't change a thing. Okay. Well, let's take a quick look at the monthly here. 24 pips above the monthly open. 31 pips off the high, 59 off the low. So maybe we'll be taking out that pivot. We'll wait and see. On the week, 19 pips below the open. 49 and 127. 49 off the high, 127 off the low. All gaps have filled this week. Now, interesting, we've got the opening range for the month here from yesterday, opening range for the week, and you can see price is almost right smack in the middle. And just a heads up, tomorrow is NFP day, non-farm payroll. So be ready for some price action. 324.25 pips below the yearly open at the moment. So you pull up a monthly chart, you can see what's going on. It looks like we're like right in that wick zone of this month, which was last December, the lower wick zone. Yesterday was an inside bar, so long at 51, short at 33.51, short 32.61 to get out of that zone. It's a nice range yesterday. It looked like we had about 89, 90 pip range. Today, range is only 62 with only 4 pairs over 100, and all of them are pound pairs. The Euro CAD's sitting at 99. We're getting near that weekly open. And it looks like it's time for the red rats to feast. You can see here the smart rats are 33.25, and there was a nice drop at that psychological level. Pivot trading plan near the pivot point. Bias is short. It paid off the first time. Now prices hit R2 a couple of times at 33.32 and reversed. Pivots, we've taken out the weekly, we've taken out the daily, and we're onward towards the monthly. In the upper wick zone, in and out a couple of times. And we've seen those charts before. Price action simple. The short this hour was at the 30 line. That paid off. I talked about the smart ranges. You can see here we have 22 pips this hour, 77 percentile. So, fellow traders, that pretty much wraps it up for the day. So, keep it simple. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So, go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.